We all, at some point in our lives, have failed in one way or the other, which is very true. And sometimes when we feel that way, we feel that is the end of the road. But I'm here to tell you today that it is often through our failures that God does his greatest work in us. Every one of us have experienced failures. I have personally experienced failures too in different ways. But I've learned that failure is not the end. In fact, sometimes it is exactly where God wants us to be so that he can teach us to trust him even more deeply. God doesn't waste our mistakes. When we fail, it is often in those moments that he molds us, that he takes our weaknesses and turns them into something beautiful, turns them into our strength, like a potter shaping clay. According to Philippians 3 verse 12, Paul reminds us that we haven't yet reached the goal, therefore we press towards the mark. So failure is basically just part of the process. It is pressing forward with grace. It is knowing that God is using each and every one of those steps to shape you to become like Christ. And this is where grace comes in. God's grace is not only available in the times where things are working all right or when things are going well. God's grace is there when we fall. You know what grace is? Grace is that distinguishing factor. Grace is what is an unmerited form of mercy. God just gave you that grace. He gives you that immediate. So it is God's grace that picks us up when we fall. It dusts us off and gives us strength to keep going. Remember in 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9 where the Bible says, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." So our weakness doesn't really disqualify us. It makes room for God's power to shine through us.